and welcome to another lawnfawn video. Today we are introducing our tiny gift box cat add-on, and this add-on is so cute because it turns the tiny gift box into a cat. So this is the latest in our whole tiny gift box critter series, and I wanted to show you all of the ones that we have now. So we have a raccoon, a little chick, a bat, a bunny, a deer, a duck, a fox, and now that adorable little cat. So let's learn how to put that guy together. So here are all of the pieces in this set, and there are a lot of little pieces, and we're going to show you how to use them all today. And this set gives you a ton of different options for this cute little cat. So first up, of course, we have the cat face. Then we have different stripe options. So that's the top head stripe. We've got side stripes, or you can actually combine them and do stripes all of the way around. Then we have these three pieces that help you fill in the color behind the stripes and the eyes and the mouth. We have these cute little paws that you can add or not, and then some feet for the sides of the box. We have ear spots, eye spots, and then side spots, so you can add spots to this cat, and two different styles of tail. We also have a cute little cheek blush, and then a fish and a ball of yarn for the cat to hold. So let's go ahead and start making one of these cats. So first up, we're going to put this box together. So I've gone ahead and die cut the box out of some sticky note cardstock, and we're going to fold along all of the score lines that the die has created for us. So we're going to fold all the way up the box like this, and then on the sides of the box. As we do this, it's going to form 4 tabs there, and you'll see we're going to put some 1/4-inch double-sided tape on those 4 tabs. Once we have the tape on those tabs, we can go ahead and peel up that liner paper, and then we can start attaching the box. So you can see how easily this box is going to form. You're going to peel up the liner paper and then just attach those edges, forming a nice sharp corner. So we're going to go all the way around the sides of the box. So we'll do the one side, and then now you can see the box start to form. Where there's the little thumb notch there for pulling up the tab of the box, that's the back of the box where the tail is going to go. Now for this first cat, we're going to do a cat without stripes. We've also die cut some legs there, so we've got sticky note and sunflower cardstock. I love the 2 shades of yellow. And we're going to be adding some front paws to this cute little cat. So those front paws there, you can actually cut them in either direction, but in this case, we're going to cut them with the paws kind of facing down towards the bottom. So what I like to do is I like to take this die and line it up with the cat. So it's going to go from left to right, and then the bottom edges are going to line up right along the bottom edge of the cat. Hold it in place with some low-tack tape, run it through the die cut machine, and that's going to cut these cute little paws that have little claws on them too that are just adorable. So we've flipped this whole cat face over, and we're going to be using this die here to add the color. So this is kind of the middle die. We're adding the color behind the nose and the eyes. So there's 3 options for adding color behind here. In this case, we only need to use one to color in the eyes, and you're going to see how we use the other ones in a second. So now I've added some liquid glue to the front of the box, and we've added the cute little cat face on there. And then we're going to add the legs to either side of the box. So we'll add the leg there and then flip it over and add the leg on the other side. And then we can add that tail to the back of the box. So I like to add a little drop of glue to the base of the tail, and then we're just going to glue that in right where that thumb notch is. And you can see just how cute this cat is turning out already. There's something about that tail in the air that really makes the whole thing, and he is just so adorable. So that's the most plain version of the cat, and then next to it you can see one with the top head stripes. So we're going to be working on a cat that has that, but first up, this cat needs something to hold. So we've die cut a little fish out of some mermaid cardstock, and how cute is that once he's holding the fish? So now we're going to work on a stripy cat. So we have some narwhal cardstock here, and we're going to fold it exactly like we did before, add tape to the 4 tabs, and then form this cute tiny gift box. And now we're going to start to work on this cat. So we're going to be adding all of the stripes to the cat. And now you're going to be able to see how those background pieces are all going to work together and how they fit in just like puzzle pieces. First, we're going to work on the top of head stripes, which is that smaller stripe piece. And what we're going to do is we're going to line it up. So I'm going to zoom in here so that you can see. So you'll see we're going to line it up so that little indent there is going to line up with the top of the cat's head, and those other pieces are going to fit between the 2 ears. Once we have that in place, we can hold it in place with some Post-it note tape. And then we're going to do something similar here. So that bar that's along the bottom, we want that to line up with the bottom of the cat. So I actually like to pick up this cat cat and look at it from behind, we're going to make sure that bottom stripe lines up perfectly with the bottom of the die, and then we're going to make sure that it's perfectly centered so that the stripes are even on both sides. Once that's in place, we can take some post-it note tape and wrap it around and hold that in place. We'll run that through the die cut machine, and now we're going to have stripes at the top and on the sides of the cat. And it looks so super cute. I love that you have the options of doing all of the stripes or just the bottom ones or just the top one. Now we'll take that cat face and flip it around, and we're going to be using those behind pieces this time. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some liquid glue to the top and take the smallest kind of half circle one and line that up with the top of the cat, and that's going to fill in the color for the stripes. Now the next one we're going to add in there is going to be filling in the colors for the eyes and the nose. And so you'll see that it has a little indent at the top that's going to fit in just kind of like a puzzle piece, and then it's got a little bump at the bottom, and that's where you're going to put the third piece that's going to color in the stripes. So now we're going to take this piece and then layer that behind, and you'll see that they're going to fit together almost like a little puzzle piece, which makes it super easy, and that cat is looking so cute. Now it's time to start adhering things to the box. So we're going to take the cat face and adhere that to the front of the box. Then we've got some legs, and we've been using Storm Cloud and Narwhal cardstock here, and those colors together look amazing. And then black licorice for behind the eyes and the nose. So we're going to add those feet to either side, and then we're going to take the tail, add a little drop of glue, and then attach that right into that thumb notch there of the box. And now our cat is all done. So super cute and adorable. I absolutely love him. Here you can see no stripe, one stripe, and then all of the stripes on the cats. Now we're going to form another tiny gift box, and we're going to be doing this out of some white cardstock, and we're going to be creating a calico cat using some of the spots that are available in this die set. So in this case, we don't need that bottom piece because we're not going to do any stripes on the bottom. We're going to do paws on the bottom. So we're going to take the top stripe and we're going to line it up so the little indent lines up with the top of the cat, and then the piece of metal is going between the two ears, and we'll hold that in place with some tape. And then we're going to take the paws and line it up so that it lines up with the left and right side, and the bottom part lines up right along the bottom edge, and we'll also hold that in place with some low tack tape. We'll run it through the die cut machine, and this is going to give us the combination of stripes and paws. Then we'll take that cat face and flip it over, and we're going to start adding in the colors. So here I have some fake tan cardstock, and we've die cut that half circle piece that goes along with the top stripes, and we're going to lay that on there, lining it up with the top of the cat's head. Then we're going to color in the eyes. So we're going to add some liquid glue again around the eyes and the nose, and then we can add some black licorice cardstock there. And that piece, once again, is going to fit in just like a little puzzle piece perfectly. You don't even have to think about it, and it's going to color in the eyes and the nose. Now we're going to be using some of the spot pieces. So there's these really cute ear spot pieces. So we've got that out of some black cardstock, and we're going to layer that over the left ear. And then this piece here is a little spot that covers the eye. So it's got that little opening, and you're going to fit the eye right in that opening, and that's going to give it a spot over the eye, which is so super cute. Next, we're going to take the glue tube and we're going to add some glue to the front of the box and then layer the cat onto the front of the box. And then we're going to take that cute little yarn, we've cut that from some Ballet Slippers cardstock, and we'll take that yarn ball and tuck it right behind the paw, and that looks absolutely adorable. Now we're going to start adding the legs and the paws. And so one of the legs we've done out of black licorice cardstock, and the other leg we actually have out of the fake tan cardstock. And then we're going to add the spots on there. And my cat growing up, her name was Pumpkin, and she looked just like this. So I think it's so cute to color in these cats just like a cat you may have in your life. And Pumpkin was the cutest cat. So it's so fun to get to make a little box just like her. I also love that there's so many options with this. In this case, we've done them all out of cardstock, but I think these could be really cute out of pattern paper. You could also do them in fun, non-traditional colors too, like pinks and blues and things, and I think that would be really sweet. Now, a way to get a custom color that really matches the cat in your life, or maybe a cat from a picture on the internet that you're going to kind of try to emulate, is to use different ink. So in this case, I have some Distress Oxide ink and an ink blending brush, and I'm just going to build up that ink all on the cardstock. Once I've built up a good area, I'm going to take a spray bottle and spray some water on there, and then pick up any of the excess with a paper towel. And this is going to give it kind of a fuzzy texture, so when you die cut the pieces out of it, it's almost going to look like fur, which I think is really, really cool. Now that we've got this piece going, we're gonna let it dry, and now we're gonna die cut a bunch of the pieces that go behind the head stripes, the eye patch, and the little spots and ear patches too, and a tail. So we've die cut all those pieces, and now we can start to work on a cat. So in this case, we've die cut stripes from the top and paws from the bottom. So we're gonna layer that half circle piece, and then we're gonna layer the middle piece for the eyes and the nose. And then now we can start to layer on some of the other pieces. So we've got the little eye and then ear spots, which are so cute. And right now I'm recreating a cute cat by Elena. So thank you so much, Elena. One of the cute things that Elena did is she added little rosy cheeks, but with some ink. So I'm taking a Fantastics here, but you could use even just like a Q-tip. Pick up a little pink ink and just rub it right around the little rosy cheek area. And I think it's absolutely adorable and gives it kind of a fun cartoon feel. And there's a little white gel pen, just adding some little dots into the cheeks for some extra detail. And then we can start to layer all of the pieces onto the box. So once again, we're going to layer the cat onto the front, and then we're going to work with the feet. I really like the tone on tone feet with the box. I think it's really cool. It just adds a little extra detail. And now we're just going to play with some of the spots. So we're going to add spots to both sides and the white foot to both sides. And then we can add that tail to the back of the box. Now, because we cut this tail out of cardstock that we had added color to, I just went ahead and cut one more tail out, and I'm going to layer that to the back so that the tail has the ink color on it, both on the back and the front. And you can see just how cute this guy is. I really love that that water splatter gives it that kind of fuzzy fur texture. Absolutely adorable. Next, Shari is going to be using this cat but on a card front instead of a box. It's super cute. So you'll see first up she's doing the paws, and she's doing them the opposite direction. So the paws are moving in an up angle instead of down towards the bottom of the base of the cat. And so that's just a personal choice as to how you want the paws to look. Both are super cute. And now we're going to start decorating this cat in a really similar way. So we're going to add that cute cat eye spot there. And now this cat has been cut from apricot cardstock, which is a really cute color for the cat. And then we've also got some narwhal cardstock and some rosy cheeks there in some ballet slippers. And then now we're going to add the color for behind the eye. So we're going to take that middle piece of that whole puzzle piece that fits in to add the color. We've die cut that from some black cardstock, and we're going to layer that over the eyes and the nose. And then we're going to give the little cat a little fish to hold. So that's cut out of some mermaid cardstock. And now the tail this time, we're going to attach the tail directly to the cat face since we're not going to be adding this to a box. Next, we're going to be working on the card front. So we're going to take out some spiffy speckles paper in the robin's egg color and die cut that with the largest of the outside-in stitched rectangles. And then we're also going to take out some of the really rainbow scallops paper, and we're going to pick out the green paper, and that's going to be some grass for the scene. So we're going to take a strip of that and then take out the grassy border die, and we'll run that through the die cut machine, and now we're going to have this great grass border to start helping set the scene. Next, we're going to take out an oldie but a goodie, and this is the Picket fence border die. This die has a fence, some detail pieces for the fence, and it also has a cool little gate that you can add on there, which we're going to be working with today. So we'll add some liquid glue along the edges of the fence, and then we're going to lay on those stitched pieces to give it a nice extra detail. We're also going to do the same thing to the gate piece just by trimming down a piece of this stitched border here, and we're going to lay that onto the fence just to give it some extra detail on the gate as well as the fence. Then we're going to take the larger piece of fence and we're just going to trim that down because we want to put this gate in between these two pieces. Then we'll attach that fence piece to those extra detail pieces that are sticking off the edge. And by doing this, we've actually created a hinge for this gate to move. So it's going to be kind of a cool little interactive element on the card. So by gluing it right there, you can see we can fold it back, and that's going to create a really cool hinged gate. Then we'll add some liquid glue to the fence and attach that onto our sky piece. And then we can attach the other part of the fence that has a gate, but this time we're only going to add liquid glue to the one small side that doesn't include the moving gate portion. And then we can layer that grass on top, and I really like the look of the grass kind of layering over part of the picket fence. We'll trim off any extra, and then we can start to form the rest of the scene. So we're going to take that cat that we created, and the cat is going to go on the fence, which is so adorable. So we're going to take this cute little cat and layer that on there. And I love that about these whole tiny gift box add-ons. All these different critters, you can use the faces directly on a card for a cute, just basic card, or you can put it on the box and make it this cool 3D element. Now this is our speech bubble backdrop. What's kind of cool about this backdrop is one, it creates a cool backdrop, but two, it gives you all these speech bubbles. So if you need a specific speech bubble size, go to this die, take a piece of cardstock, layer it over the exact little speech bubble you need, hold it in place with some low tack tape, run it through the die cut machine, and now we're going to have the perfect size speech bubble to go onto this card. We're going to be using the Critter Chatter stamp set for this, and I love the Critter Chatter stamp set because it has all of these different words that go along with a dog, cat, fish, and bird. And so we're going to take the meow out of this and stamp that onto that speech bubble in some black licorice ink. Then this set has this whole translation concept. So it's got the meow or woof, bark, bloop, chirp, and then we've got the translation for that. So in this case, we're going to be hiding some of those translation words behind the fence. But first, we're going to finish up this whole scene. So these are the puffy cloud frames, and I love these simple puffy cloud frames. They're great because they add detail to the sky, but they don't take up too much visual space. So we're going to add those on with some liquid glue, have them going off the edges so it looks like a nice continuous sky, and then we'll just trim off any of the excess and you'll see how cute that's looking. Now that the rest of our scene is all set, we can start to work on layering these words behind the fence. So at first we were going to try to do it with a block, but instead we're going to do it with a MISTI because in that case we're going to be able to make sure we line it up perfectly. So we're going to take those stamps and layer them behind those detailed edges of the fence. So the sentiment's going to be hidden in there, and then when you open the fence you're going to see it. So you'll see here how we're going to line up one, we'll pick it up with the MISTI so that it'll be in perfect placement, and then we're going to go ahead and line up the other. And by doing it with the MISTI, you can see how we can bring that hinge back and make sure that it is truly behind that fence detail portion. So we'll do the same thing with the hello here. We're going to layer that behind and pick it up with the MISTI, make sure it's in perfect placement, and then we can add some black ink to that and stamp that into the sky behind the gate. To add a little extra color to this card, just a little extra decoration, we're going to take out a flower die here, and we've die cut that from a bunch of different colors of cardstock. So we have some chili pepper cardstock, sugar plum, and peacock, and so we're going to lay those on the card, add a liquid glue, pick it up, and then we'll be able to attach those right on to that fence. And that's going to finish up this whole card. So super cute. I love that it's almost all die cut except for the sentiment. Absolutely adorable. And when you open that fence, you've got the translation hello behind it, and I think it's just the cutest thing ever. So next up, we have some amazing projects by the design team. And first up, we have some awesome cats by Melissa Stinson, and I love the variations she did. The black and white cat is so cute. This cat here by Kay is so sweet. I love the combination of fog cardstock, white cardstock, and storm cloud. It's such a cool mix. These cats by Elena are the ones that inspired me to make mine today. I love her distressed ink details and how she stacked them all up like that. This little cat by Lynette is too cute. I love how she did the calico colors. Absolutely adorable. So I can't wait to see what kind of cute cats you create, so make sure to share them with us. Thank you so much for watching today and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!